Hey, so here we are back on the Z. I wasn't going to show you this bit because it's I guess still technically stripped down, but what I'm doing just now is getting rid of a bit of this floor deadener that's stuck to the floor. It's the padding underneath the carpet, I guess. But to be able to get a carpet out when you've still got that much dash left in, I don't have any need to pull that out, right? So I've done this on a Commodore, and the reason I didn't film it on the Z is because I wasn't sure it would work, but the carpet actually goes up and over this tunnel, right? So it's okay to just give it a cut here, and I think there's one more bit here where I just put a cut in it. And that allowed me to get it out without taking all this structural stuff out, all right? So I'll just take you around the back and give you a look. The missus is just trying to blow up the vacuum cleaner on the Navara. But here it is here, right? So these actually go over the tunnel and they're attached. But I've cut them, right? But that's okay, because that'll all be hidden. And we're just picking out the rest of this, then we're gonna hit it with the air, and then probably get the pressure cleaner inside there. Hopefully we don't wreck anything. Blow off, get all the dust and stuff off it. It is paint shop dust, so we all know what that fine powder stuff does when it gets wet. It turns into concrete. So now it's the first time for this thing to get wet, and I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest. Someone done a skid on me lawn, which I'm not too excited about, but you know, we do these things. Let's see how it goes. A bit nervous actually. Is this paint job any good? Let's wait and see. All right. Okay. Wow. All right, now I'm impressed. Let's get around the back here where we can get some sun on the old girl. So this colour, I would love for you to be able to see it, but you just can't. It doesn't show up. What a shame. It's not just black. It's not black at all. It's got a goldy green flake through it. This thing's gonna be awesome. What about here? Maybe I can show you here. Let's clean this part. Maybe I should clean it properly and buff it down and dry it off. Can you see it? Can you see it? No, you can't see it. It's just a mirror. Hello. What a menacing looking rocket, eh? Go at it. Isn't that tough? She's a little bit cleaner now. Hopefully she's a little bit happier. Hey, big girl. Morning guys, back on the Z. Had a bit of a trim up. Don't have so much of a face for radio anymore. I just wanted to show you this. So this is the paint dust on our interior parts. You can see it comes off eventually, but it has actually set hard and been really hard to get off. So all the bits have had a pressure clean. There they are all sitting down there. They're not wet. They're covered in Citraforce, right? So that's a degreaser. It's like an instant degreaser, industrial strength non-foaming degreaser. Non-flammable, non-hazardous, so I'm hoping it doesn't damage our interior parts. But yeah, I've used this stuff heaps, and we actually use it at work when the guys refurb trucks and that type of thing, and they just come up brand new. They make old shitty faded paint come back not nice and bright. So hopefully it's pH neutral, so it's not acidic, but hopefully whatever's in it is sort of gentle on our interior bits, because they get a nice coat in it. The painter I brought the car off, he said that you can use barbecue cleaner. He said use it on a little spot so that it you make sure it doesn't discolor anything, and then just leave it on there for a bit and wipe it off, and all the overspray and anything else will come off. So here's how the Zed's looking. It's had a bit of a coat as well because it had the same situation on its dash, but here's how it's starting to look on the inside. Still in a million bits, but we'll start doing the jigsaw puzzle as soon as those bits are clean, I reckon, and we'll get an interior in it, some doors on it, seal it up so all the creatures stay out of it, and then I guess we'll start putting exterior parts on. Sometimes the extra little bits you do just hit right on a good angle. Look at that. It's like it's straight out of the factory, isn't it? Actually popped the clear off that and got into it with a cotton bud. Well worth the effort. Looks good. Don't mind the ratty wheel and whatever else I haven't finished. All this aftermarket stuff that's just been shoved in there like that. They've gone through the effort of wrapping it up, but I mean, this is fabric tape, and this is a piece rolled back on itself. I'm not going to be able to do this on camera because I need both hands, but I'll show you how this looks after I'm finished with it. That whole lot now, and that's a little bit more of an OEM look, I think. I mean, it's actually nylon tape, something like that, nylon weave tape or fabric tape. Fabric tape's even better because it's nice fluffy stuff. Yeah, that's the finish. I've put the boost tube in there with the wiring so that it doesn't look like 17 different things trying to disappear down the hole. And that's that part. Now, and I thought I'd give you a bit of a tip. This is a set of long angled pointy nose pliers. If you're at all interested in making your life easy, then I suggest you grab yourself a set of these. You'll be really surprised at how much you use them. So I'll just get that out of the way. And when I said we made the cut in the carpet to make it easier, here I am trying to feed it back through right down on this back side, which isn't easy at all. But how would I do this without these? Just be very careful I don't pull a speaker wire out. Oops, nearly got it. Look at that. It's back through. Now you just gotta lay it down under that wiring and we're good. I actually bought them to bleed brakes on dry brakes on dump trucks because, well, if you can't hold the hose on the nipple properly, you get hosed. So this has saved me a lot. These are awesome. They're my favourite tools. So this is our rear section of carpet, and in some of the spots it's pretty badly threaded. Not real handy with a sewing machine to fix that. So here's my solution. I reckon we just burn it. What do you reckon? All gone. See you later, Fluff. Nice neat edge too, look at that. Oh, here's another one. quick touch and they just drop right off. Here's another one. All done. It wouldn't be my car if it didn't have something random and interesting going on. How about that for a colour, eh? Nobody notices door latches, you reckon? They'll notice these ones. Because they look cool as shit. Minutes to go tacky and a bit of clear coat. Why am I like this? Alright, time for a bit of an update. You'll see I've got the battery cables secured in. Little bit of rear interior stuff going on. That's the boot mat way back there. What else do we have? We've got a seat belt secured back here. We've got a window surround over there. We have the roof in. Ceiling, I should say. We've got the carpet nice and clean, and a glove box, center console, and a little bit of the driver's side cockpit done. So you see it's coming together in stages because there's a lot of putting stuff in. Oh, okay, that either doesn't fit there or something else needs to go in first, and then sometimes you'll fit something and then just have to remove it again. All the screws are basically in bags that are unlabeled, and sometimes you need to raid screws from something else. It's just the way it is. If I can give you any tip for this part of it is don't get frustrated when you got to remove something you've just put in, I guess. So I'll keep going and I'll give you another progress report soon. Oh, end of the day, I think we're going to try and get some tail lights in back there just to keep the water out, so that'll be cool too. Might have to refurb them. And here's something else I've just come across underneath the center console here. This is all your ignition wires. They are all taped up with wires sticking out of them, so what I can gather went on here, that was probably a turbo timer or a security system which has just been chopped out. Oops, sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is untape all of these, clip off the little tail that's been left there, and I'm going to retape them much better than this with much better tape. That fabric tape that I showed you earlier, it's much stronger and seals up much better. So we'll do that. I'll show you the end result. Now this one's here has had 3 wires spliced off of it. 1, 2, 3. So they've just been snipped off and left there, which to me is junk. So I'm going to cut them back flush. So they're semi-neat. And just looking at that, I'm probably going to get the soldering iron in there. So this one here, you can see it's just hanging on by the end of its fingers, I guess. So I don't know if I can focus on that a little better. That is a really rubbish solder joint, so whoever did that needs a punch in the nose, and I'm going to fix it before I cover it up. Remember if I've recorded this or not, but all I'm doing is just rolling this lecky tape back on itself, just like this, and then what that does is allows me to wrap it around each one of these individually. There's my new solder joint, by the way. It's still ugly, but it's actually got full connection now, which is cool. I've heated these up and pulled the little tails off with my deadly pliers. So they're all back to normal. They're just uninsulated, so I'm going to hit them with some insulated tape and then get them all back together with the cloth tape over the top, so it's nice looking OEM sort of look. Right, there's all those solder joints all insulated nice and safely. I'm just going to coil that whole lot up, back roll a little piece of cloth tape and roll that whole lot up, and it's going to look sweet as. And now I know they're safe because there's no little tail sticking out to short out on everything. So there we go, we just undodgified it. Okay, now that that's all tidy, I'll be happy to put it away, knowing that it's not going to burn my car down. Feel much better about that. Tell you what I've just realised. You can't move the steering column on this thing. Huh. There you go. Okay, so the engine bay in the Z isn't completely disgusting. It was, well, they are by nature disgusting. I'm gonna give it a clean though. Didn't completely get inundated with dust, I guess is what I'm getting at. It is disgusting because it's a Z, but didn't get destroyed with dust. So here's a bunch of our Citraforce degreaser. That's going to go all over everything. Oh yeah, just kick that over. It's all good. This stuff loves plastics and rubbers and stuff like that. It just kind of shines them up at the same time, so we'll just leave that on there. Look at that, that looks like $1 million already. I wish I could just leave this stuff on it. So that'll stay on there for about, I don't know, I might give it, let's say an hour, and then I'll come back with a microfiber cloth and just like that, all over, everywhere, pick it all up. I have a big bucket of water, one of those buckets, and dip it in, rinse it out, wipe it off, and just kind of water it down as I wipe it, you know. Everyone, for the very slow episode 2 of the Z build. Here's our clean engine bay. I've run some wires nice and tidy. I fixed up a few vacuum lines and stuff that were unbolted. They've actually dropped the battery tray out of this because it rusted, so I'm gonna have to weld something in there. Here you'll see I've insulated my battery cables so we don't have a fire. That's gonna have a bit of glue added to it as well. A bit of Sikaflex is the correct gear. So the reason why it's such a slow episode is because I really want to finish the interior before I move on. So me and the missus chucked a door on last night. I've chucked the back seat in today. I'm going to throw the 2 front seats in this and then start on the boot. And I mean, you know, episode 1 was mostly interior stuff, so let's skim over that a little bit, I reckon. We're going to get a door on. I'm actually going to try and get these T-tops together, which will be interesting. I might do an episode on its own on them because there's about 4 bazillion pieces that go into them. And we're going to paint under here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to paint all that with some sound deadening rock chip resistant stuff. And that's about where it's at, people. Alright, so here we are at the tail end of the interior stuff. Still need some new pods, that's what they call them. A few more little boring bits to chuck on, but look, let's call this episode for the interior and all that sort of stuff done, eh? Next up, we're going to fit the battery. Show you how to do that. And we're going to put some quarter panels on, fluted quarter panels. That looks sweet. Haven't got my bumpers yet. So the passenger side door on when I get the hinges back. And that'll be it for this episode, guys. Alright, so give us a follow the whole build, because it's going to be sweet. See you next time.